It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Niners and the Rams, and it's coming up next.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Stafford going to put it up right away. And this one is incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by
touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, 55 yards. And the Rams need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time.
And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try to complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Under pressure, they got him again. Aaron Donald with a sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Purdy. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
On first down, it's Stafford. Touchdown! Demarcus Robinson, 29 yards. And the Rams Rams take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they... 21-0 our score after 1. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On first down, it's Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Out of the gun, Purdy. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. Now inside the 25. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Shotgun now with Purdy. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Gore. And he is going to lose yardage here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Stafford on 1st down, looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Touchdown, Rams! 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here, and a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try it up the gut with goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Touchdown, LA! Officially, that is a 99-yard punt return. And the Rams have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 42-0. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Purdy on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This is taken at the 15. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this will be caught at the 30. They will finally be taken down, but how about that It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And they're knocking on the door now. Has a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Akers is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Inside the 10, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble, they get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's loose again. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean